Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Behind the Shield today, a special Hall of Fame version of Behind the Shield as we welcome Emily Sullivan Donatelli. Hello again, everybody. Scott Geis joining you for another episode. This is a little bit different than what we're normally doing as we are going to recognize and visit our 7 new Athletic Hall of Famers, and Emily is going to kick off this series for us. Clearly this year we're not going to be able to have a traditional Hall of Fame induction series like we normally would do during October. So we're going to visit with all 7 of our Hall of Famers and behind the shield style. So we're going to sit down and get to interview each one of them. Emily comes in with accolades that are certainly Hall of Fame worthy. Second in points all time with 116 in women's soccer. Second in goals with 41. First in assists with 34. The Spartans went 55-20-9 during her 4-year career that spanned 2004 to 2007. And as you'll hear in the interview, we talk a lot about 2007 when the Spartans won the conference and advanced to the NCAA Division III Sweet 16. So sit back after this commercial break. We'll be back with Emily.
You've probably heard a lot about changes on campus, about how classes will look a little different, or how the dining hall won't be set up like it was last year. You may have heard we'll be living with a new normal. But the truth is, at York College of Pennsylvania, normal has never been our thing. If by normal you mean predictable, usual, commonplace, average, that's not us. Our normal is extraordinary, exceptional, remarkable. Our normal is about taking responsibility, thinking of others, and treating people with respect. Here, normal means being compassionate. It means protecting the person next to us to ensure safety and good health for all of us, because we know we're in this together. For us, wearing masks and social distancing aren't really a new normal. They're just another example of what's always been important to us. Joining efforts to find real solutions to achieve our goals, to help our community thrive, and to show that we care. That's not a new normal. That's our normal, and we are grateful that you're part of it. Welcome home, Spartans.
Welcome back to Behind the Shield, the Hall of Fame edition with our first episode. Emily Sullivan Donatelli is joining us today. Emily, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Scott. It's so nice to talk to you again.
It's so good to see you too. I said before we started, I said, you look like you could go out and play right now. You weren't so sure about that, but it is certainly awesome to see you. So let's catch everybody up. You graduated 2008, played from 04 to 07. What are you doing now?
Yeah, so at York, I got a degree in mathematics and computer science. So that led me to becoming an actuary. So currently I'm the actuarial director at Gladfelter Insurance Group here in York, Pennsylvania. So I'm not from York, but I never left. So I really liked it. So that's what I'm doing work-wise. Out of college, I started coaching for a couple years. So I coached some young kids in soccer. I actually coached a group of girls starting when they were about 10 for a few years, and they just graduated from high school. So that makes me feel a little old. And then I got married to another York College grad, and I now have 2 beautiful boys, a 3-year-old and a 4-month-old. And then my most recent project is earlier this year, I published a journal for new moms called Mommy Motivators. It's a collaborative journal with prompts for new moms to reflect on some parenting milestones and reflect on how things are going for themselves. And then it also has sections for friends and family to fill out and provide words of support and encouragement as they adjust to their new role as moms.
Does your athletic experience tie into that a little bit, like the motivation and the positive vibes that you send out? Is kind of the experience that you've had in athletics help you when you were writing the book in terms of just being able to be positive with people and be able to give them motivating thoughts?
Absolutely. I don't feel like I've always been that person, right? But I feel like I got a lot of that from some of my teammates. I saw a lot of great leadership and empathy from a lot of the people that I had on my team. I can think back to a few examples, like when I was in the first round of the NCAA tournament, I rolled my ankle pretty darn bad in the first game, and I was on the sidelines, and I was crying because I thought my entire career was over. And Katie K comes over, and she's consoling me and helped me feel better about it. And meanwhile, her entire career had ended far earlier in the season, and I actually ended up playing the next day. But you know, so that other person who had kind of been through that and had that experience and was able to show empathy, you know, even though they'd had, you know, more to complain about, it was really nice. So that stuck with me for a long time, just seeing that level of empathy and care. So I feel like that's important, and yeah, other moms can use that.
I think it's awesome. I saw on Facebook that you had written a book, and I'm like, that's so cool. I mean, to actually go through it, you obviously, a ton of people have ideas about books and maybe actually start it, but never finish it. But to get it published and to do that, I think that's awesome. You talked about that team and Katie. That team was something special, that 07 team that won the first conference championship and went to the NCAA for the first time. I will always say, I think when a team does it the first time, it's always going to be more special than really any time else. What do you remember about that year? What do you remember? You know, you talk about the NCAA tournament. We go to Stockton. You know, we beat two teams that probably at the end of the day, we had no right beating, but we did. You know, and then get to play home game. But what are some of your memories from that season?
Oh my. You know, the stuff that actually just sticks out is that CAC championship game in particular. Obviously, that was like the moment, and I can just remember like the whistle blew, and Aaron and I ran to each other and hugged each other, and then just like the entire team converged and like tackled each other, and it was a moment of pure joy, right? Because it was years and years of leading up to that, not just our team, but like so many women before us working towards that. So it was just a moment waiting to happen, and that was special. And just driving there and dancing on the bus and celebrating on the way home. I just remember it was just so fun with that group of girls.
Well, in the heartbreak the year before, to lose the way we lost at home against St. Mary's, to come back and then as seniors get to win a championship, I think I'll always remember that. I think that was one of the most special times I remember, and getting to go to you guys with Stockton was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Stockton was so fun. Like you said, nobody thought like we would make it at all past that first game. Other people, we had the confidence, of course, but other people didn't think we would make it out of that tournament. And to make it all the way to the Sweet 16, and that tournament weekend, we just had a blast, right? We were just happy to be there.
Well, and it was interesting. I remember talking to you guys as a group as seniors and just enjoy it. And I thought you guys did an amazing job of just being in the moment and just playing and understanding that almost it's icing on the cake at that point. Let's just go. We've won a championship. We're playing in the NCAA tournament. I thought you guys did an amazing job with that, and certainly will always be one of the more memorable seasons that I know I've had at York. So it was great.
Yeah, we did enjoy it. And then I know when that last game ended with Messiah, the six seniors, we all just got together and we were huddling and we were crying because it was over. And I was just like, but we're happy, right, guys? Like, we're happy. This was great. We did a good job.
How important was the relationships that you had with your teammates? I think, you know, when you talk to a lot of athletes after their careers, that's some of the stuff they remember the most. How do you remember as your relationships with some of your teammates?
Yeah, definitely. I think back, and my my teammates were special. Soccer was always fun, and I always had good teammates, but I just can't pinpoint. There was just something about the group that I had that really, all these people kind of inspired me and led me to really buy into the whole team mentality in a way that I hadn't ever before. And I just think we had good quality people with leadership, and like I can think from day one. I remember, you know, my freshman year, I got Rookie of the Year, and Amanda Lomberg gave me a handwritten note that, you know, congratulated me and was telling me, you know, so many nice things, and that meant so much to me because, gosh, she was such a talented player, right? So that meant a lot to me. That whole, like, you know, celebrating each other's accomplishments, and that kind of stuck with me. I still have that note somewhere. I think it's over there in a book somewhere. And like Sam Schultz and Ashley Gross, I can remember on a couple occasions just not having the best attitude about something or other, and they would kindly but bluntly kind of put things into perspective for me, and try to help me be better and see things in a different way. So that kind of tough love and ability to improve your teammates was just really special and stuck out to me.
So when you find out, you know you're kind of getting up close to the Hall of Fame. You find out that you're in. What are your feelings? And also for you to get to go in with a teammate, you know, it's almost, I think, perfect that you guys are going in together, because you were always together in terms of being on the field and statistically and all those things. What were your feelings when you found out?
Yeah, so obviously it's an honor, and I'm so excited. And I was absolutely thrilled, of course, that Aaron's joining with me too. It would not feel right any other way if Aaron wasn't in there as well, because like you said, we were kind of like a team in that regard, and I think we pushed each other to be better on the field and just worked well together. So that was a really special relationship that we started, you know, freshmen together, you know, the forwards, and then eventually I moved to midfield. But yeah, it just those 4 years together and what we were able to do. So it's exciting. But I was cut from my high school club team when I was about a freshman, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and so I was always like wanting to prove myself and do better. And so I feel like, you know, the younger version of me would be very happy with getting to the Hall of Fame and feeling a little vindicated, or, you know, that success. But also at the same time, I'm a little awkward when it comes to getting like the spotlight on me too. Like my parents.
No doubt. That was never something you felt super comfortable with. I'm sure if we did as much video back then as we did now, you'd probably be telling me, I don't really want to do this. I'm good.
Yeah. So like my parents and siblings and husband are all sharing the Hall of Fame news, and I'm like, okay, thanks, I guess. You know, because also I think back and I'm like, my individual accomplishments, that's cool, but like everything I look back on and now, I just feel like the best moments, the Hall of Fame moments, are the team things, the winning the CAC championship, the going to the Sweet 16. That's the Hall of Fame stuff for me.
I think it's very interesting when you look back now. You've had some time, you've had some perspective to look back on what you accomplished, and the thing you remember is the team concept. And I think that's why, you know, it's one of the reasons you were a really good player, because, you know, you're our all-time leader in assists. You know, you made plays for other people, and sometimes, obviously you were a really, really good player, but you helped make other people good too. And I think that's the sign of a, not only a Hall of Fame person, but a, Hall of Fame player, but also a Hall of Fame person. So we're thrilled to have you in. I want to turn a little bit to an overall athletics experience. How did your York College athletic experience impact you as a person? Obviously, your teammates are incredibly special to you. But what have you been able to take out of it moving forward after you graduated, as you become a wife, as you become a mother? What are some of those things that impacted you as you move forward in your life?
Yeah, I think we kind of touched on it, that, my teammates did a lot for me to, emulate some qualities that I want to take on. I lead a team of actuaries now in my job, and so I was thinking about some of like the leadership qualities that I saw in some of my teammates and what I'm trying to do today, in showing empathy and giving constructive feedback and things like that. And then, of course, like I said, the empathy that I saw in other people and how that led me to writing my book. So I think there's all these little subtle things that influence and shape you over time. And then, of course, any athletic experience, teaches you just like that hard work, dedication. So maybe that helped me to write a book and stick with taking the exams that helped me to become an actuary and just persevere through that.
So the boys are young, but is mom going to coach? Like when they get older, are we gonna get into some soccer coaching here?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't care if they play soccer. I hope they definitely try soccer. But I hope that they get into athletics in some way. I can definitely relate to that. I do think they have that athletic spirit, or at least my 3-year-old. Hard to say about the 5-month-old just yet, what he's into. But we do have some drills we do in the front yard sometimes already. So
you got to start them young. Start them young. So, and there the light goes off on me. That's okay. Hey, this is what happens sometimes when we're filming these. So, Emily, I want to thank you so much for joining us. What an awesome experience to get a chance to talk to you again. I can't wait to see you in person when you get inducted into the Hall of Fame officially. But we want to thank you for taking the time, and thanks so much. And we look forward to it. Maybe another book in your future. Could we see that?
I don't know about that. But I did want to, if you don't mind, I want to thank my parents so much, because another thing I was reflecting on in my experience is that if I think back, my parents, I don't think they missed a single soccer game, not just home games, but away games, even when we traveled all the way to North Carolina. And looking back now, I realize how amazing, it was always special to me then, but it's so amazing, and I appreciate their support of me through all those years.
I think that's awesome. Thank you for adding that. That's I think all of our parents, they do things that I don't know we realize until we're a little bit older, how special the opportunity to have them there is. And certainly, when you started here, Grumbacher wasn't done yet. I remember playing out on that what is now like a grass practice field.
It was like a construction site.
Yeah, it was literally a construction site your freshman year, and that certainly it changed dramatically as we got over here and got a chance to play. So again, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to being able to see you in person, and can't wait to meet those two little boys. I'm sure they're going to enjoy watching mommy go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Em.
At York College, we are proud of the fact that we have over 30 cultures and 30 countries represented among our campus community. We not only are proud of that fact, we celebrate the unique perspective and differences that each and every person on this campus brings to us. So on behalf of all of us at York College, I want you to know that you are welcomed here.
Tu eres bienvenido aquí. Vous êtes bien reçu ici. You're very welcome here.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
Você está bem-vindo aqui.
You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
You're welcome here.
معكم رقية آل الشيخ من كلية يورك في بنسلفانيا. أنتم مرحب بكم هنا. We are welcome.
From day one at your College of Pennsylvania, you are welcome here.
We want to thank Emily for joining us. Certainly great to catch up with her, as she has really done some amazing things post York College, and it's great to catch up with her, and can't wait to see her when we do our Spartan Hall of Fame induction at some point in the future. We're just not quite sure when. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and go Spartans.